today I got maybe an important video for you guys. First, I'm going to see if I can light this fire because it's getting kind of cold. Okay, we're not going to do that third time. Found some that were already, so we're going to go with that. So that time of year again as game, looks like it's time to start lighting fires again. That means the snow is coming, which means a lot of shoveling, but it also means snowmobiling and ice road hot-shotting. So that's... my truck messed up again. It's a new one, just in case, because it was something kind of concerning, kind of dangerous. So I guess I'll let you guys know what happened and what I'm doing to fix it. Because yeah, when I realized it was a problem, it kind of scared me a bit at first. Yeah, I need matches or a lighter or something. Now I thought this one through because yeah, neither one of us smoke. Never checked the drawer. So that's done. Something to show you guys. So I haven't changed my air filter in a while. By a while, I mean like 140-something thousand kilometers. So usually I go by this little tube thing that tells you, or I'll show you. It seems like in every video I'm opening this hood. Stroke. This here is the air box. Right here, you have a little indicator that tells us when this thing is full. So it goes from green to red. Now the reset button is right here. You can see when I press it, nothing happens. It's still in the green. This is basically saying that this filter is brand new. This filter is 140,000 kilometers old, and it has been on dirt roads plenty. I already got the new filter. It was $140 Canadian, taxes in. Huh. DOT just passed by. Usually they're not up here. That worries me. Okay, so we can see here that this filter, pretty dirty. But now, I don't know if this was enough to cause that plunger thing there to trip. I'm certainly glad I have a new one, so let's swap that out real quick before we do anything. Shit. If you couldn't tell, this is an air filter. I always recommend getting the Motocraft brand because, I don't know. A lot of people use the aftermarket stuff, but like some of those filters, you know, some of them, they don't actually stop dirt like they should. I choose not to trust it. This, I'm sure, has plenty of airflow for this motor. It's what Ford designed it with. Just not worth it. You know, it's an expensive turbo in there. I guess we'll just throw this thing in now and nothing's gonna happen because it kind of worked before and it'll work again now. Should probably clean this box out too. It's like literally full of mud. Like all that it's like supposed to be black. There's dirt like on the bottom of it. If the dirt is there and hasn't moved, then if I disrupt it, it'll become mobile. So I think it's better that we just not touch it right now. I'm gonna start changing the filter regularly, like every 2 or 3 oil changes, because apparently my little gauge that I like using doesn't even work at all. So I know that a lot of you don't even watch past like 2 or 3 minutes of the video. Just want to get into the important part like right away. So like 2 or 3 days ago, I started the truck to warm it up. It was cold as shit. So I started the truck before I did my pre-trip. Now, while I was doing my pre-trip, I just walked around, kicked the tires, checked the lights, and I come back to the truck and the cab is full of smoke, like dense smoke, and it smells like burning motor oil. And I don't know why I know what that smells like, but I do. It's probably not good. Came back to the truck and my father and my dog's in it, right? Max, y'all know Max. And they're just sitting there chilling, completely ignoring that the cab inside this truck was just full of smoke. And I mean, like, I opened the doors and you could see smoke billowing out. And I was like, Dad, this thing is kind of smoking, like it might be on fire? And he was like, so I'm like, finally, I'm getting a new truck. I'm like freaking out because this thing's, possibly gonna catch on fire. I pop the hood, I look for like what's going on, and I see smoke coming back like from the turbo area. So I check the oil, make sure there's still some oil in it. When I take the oil cap off, well, here, I'll just show you. So that happens and I know there's something messed up, like pretty kind of serious messed up. Turns out that the CCV in these trucks, this crankcase ventilation, it clogs, and when that clogs, there's no way for the pressure that gets past the pistons can get out. So what that means is that you start building pressure in the motor, and that extruded oil from my truck, it's a serious problem. And turns out there's actually a TSB on it, a service bulletin, and I think from what I saw, it only affects the dual rear wheel trucks. This truck idles quite a bit. I think I got like 2,200 hours idling and 4,000 like total engine hours. I don't know if that means a third of its life idling or half of its life idling, but it idles a lot. And yeah, that was the first thing to give me some problems. So I'm thinking what happens with a lot of idling, there's a lot of crap in the oil and everything, and it's, you know, gets pushed into the filters, and the filter ends up clogged. And when the filter, hang on, this camera's heavy as shit. There's an updated part. It's got an updated spring in it. The original one has like a gray or green spring. The new one has a purple spring. I just wanted to let everyone know, you know, watch out for that. Wouldn't want anyone to wake up, or not wake up, you know, suffocating from smoke inhalation or something. It's like a $140 part. It's not the end of the world. It's actually not even that big of a deal. So that's pretty much the main reason why I wanted to make this video. I wanted everyone to be aware of that, especially my viewers, you know, my family out there on YouTube. If you have one of these trucks, especially dual rear wheel, if you idle it a lot, then I want to consider getting that updated part, or at least checking it. I'll show you guys what it is right now. CCV, crankcase ventilation rig, is right there. You can see this round piece. That's I think where the spring is or something. This right here is a cover with some bolts on it, and that cover, the only thing that's not blurry here, that cover comes off, and part of that cover is a filter. And I called my buddy at Quality Truck and Trailer Repair in St. John's, pretty much a Power Stroke specialist, like Power Stroke help, but in Newfoundland. They know what they're at, they know what they're doing, and he pretty much guided me through whatever could be wrong, and sure enough, it was that. He said the air filter being dirty wouldn't have helped at all. Yeah, anyways, he said that, yeah, you should be fine. You know, if the motor's running good, there's no extra blow-by, take the oil cap off and you should be fine. 6.7, if you idle it a ton, just watch out for that, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere, you know, idling. Because usually when you're idling one of these, you're not at home all comfortable. It's because, you know, you're out there and you need to make sure the truck doesn't have trouble starting again, so you just leave it going. Updated part can never hurt, right? So, all right, let's get on with our day. I gotta take the hydraulics for the back of the trailer off. I got a hose that needs to be replaced. Battery for the ramp isn't charging. Funny, because I still have to edit the video for the new trailer, going to get it and everything. And since then, I've had a lot of issues with it, so I'll be making another video. Not super impressed with PJ, but those 16,000 pound axles, I'm definitely enjoying those. I've never really messed with hydraulics before, so as with everything else on this channel, I'm gonna learn what not to do. I got one hose off before I figured out how to kind of remove this thing. Be able to get my new hydraulic hose. They just screw on and off. That is super simple. This is not light. Okay. And there's a wire on it. Shit. Look at the mess this is after. Like, this here would be the heart of the hydraulics. This is the tank where you put the oil in. This here is the motor. Then you got some solenoids and everything for actually doing the hydraulic crap. That I got everything disconnected and everything taken out. Now all I gotta do is just pull the hydraulic line off the trailer. Long ass hydraulic hose here. But this is what pisses me off. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get this repaired or if the whole thing will have to be replaced. This tiny little break here, right? Ouch. Rubbed the trailer, a little hole in the line. And look at how close to the end it is. 19-20 feet of hose. Like, the first 4 or 5 inches of it is broken. Found the wiring issue too. I actually was trying to pull out this here from like inside the frame rail, because it is nice how everything is like tucked away in this. It's all inside this box here, but you can't get anything. So I was pulling on these wires, trying to get it out, and this snapped off here. If you look right there, you can see There's like green corrosion on it. There's only like 3 volts flowing through it when I tested it, so if you're only getting like 3 volts through something, there's a good chance that there's corrosion in the system. I was talking to one of the guys at Ford, Hummer Motors. I made a video about them screwing me over. It took them about an hour to do what the dealership up here did. Up here at Coastal Motors, it took them 5 minutes to find the TSB number. They're saying is I need to replace the entire box. Non-serviceable part, so I don't know what that means. I guess we won't have to change it anymore. So that is the update on that. I like strongly urge anyone to actually get that done who has one of these trucks that idle them a lot. Say it's only for dual rear wheel chassis cabs and pickup. Sure, if you idle your F350 a lot too, it'll do the same thing. Smoke inhalation can do some pretty messed up things. But yeah, so guys, be careful for that. And it's cold as shit right now, so I'm gonna... Guys, if you enjoyed this or any of my other videos, you know the drill. Not even gonna tell you. I'm sure this is not your first time on YouTube. Instagram is Danger Industries. Haven't been really posting anything, but I will one day. You guys have a good day. That one hurt. Poor finger.